Alrighty, boys and girls, we are 1 day and 8 hours away from the release of 6, so I thought that day 29 would be appropriate to talk about why 6 is a 100% must pull for every single account. I truly believe, after just all of the research and everything that I've done, the skill sets and team synergies and stuff that he can have throughout the entirety of the game so far, all the way up until the latest patch, he is still very meta, very relevant, and a very, very good support, especially for a free-to-play account. Without any like specific order or anything like that, I did create a list of specific things that I did want to talk about in basically a layman's term, so like an easy way to understand why he's so good. If you want math and more percentages and different portray levels and stuff like that, this is not that guide. This is going to be a very simplistic things that he does, what makes your account good, and why he's just good as an overall character in regards to your account. So first up, he is one of the characters that can dispel buffs, dispel debuffs. I'm sorry, dispel debuffs from your team. We have a couple other characters, I think 2 other characters, if I'm not mistaken, that can do that. But he can do it passively just by having certain requirements met at the end of the turn, while like having certain amount of Eureka to allow him to do this during the end of the turn. So it's kind of just like a passive debuff that he has, which is really great. He also offers buffs and debuffs on the actual opponents, and then buffs on your team as well. So he is an all-around kit whenever it comes to like the buffs and debuffs that he applies and the ones that he allows for the team synergy and stuff to have. Specific ones is he gives straight up penetration. Penetration is just straight up flat more damage to any of your characters. It is not biased to mental or reality. So it is just a great buff to have in general, or a debuff to have in general. So that right there, I mean, honestly, that alone is one of the reasons why I was just drawn to him completely as a character, is that he gives that penetration rate, which I think is just a huge thing in any like RPG games. Any stat down or stat up or something like that with penetration is always very good. It just works out for longevity, because it's not biased to one or the other whenever it comes to like magic damage or physical damage in most games. And in this instance, we're doing reality and mental. Next up, he gives a 15% mental and reality damage decrease. So like a defense for your team, he allows you to just tank more damage, which is pretty insane. He's outputting a debuff that allows you to do more damage, and then he's giving a buff that allows you to take more damage. That in turns is huge, especially for raids. Raids are very specific when it comes to certain mechanics and everything that you can and cannot apply to certain bosses and stuff like that. So having a debuff that just allows more damage is just a huge overall bonus, and that is across the board for all characters on board. Next up, he gains Eureka when an ally has at least 4 status buffs up. So he's just passively gaining Eureka. If you build a team around giving your allies buffs at the end of the turn, he just gains that free Eureka. And with him, he uses 6 Eureka rather than 5 Eureka, like 37. Now, some of the like specific characters that I'm really interested into trying him out, sadly, I do not have her on this account yet, and I'm hoping at some point we do get her, which is going to be An Lee. It allows for her kit to generate more leveled up incantations faster and at a better pace than without him on the team, which I think is a huge benefit overall for her specifically. Also, in the future, we are going to be getting Jiu as a unit, and they work in tandem to each other, where she allows for him to have more of a passive Eureka generation, and he allows for her to output some of the highest damage in the game with his buffs and debuffs in tandem as that. Overall, he will work amazing on any 4-person situation as just being the 4th person on the team. There's very few teams where he's just not going to straight up benefit them because of the way that his kit works. He may not be best in slot in every single team, but 100% he can work with every single team if he is the last choice that you have and you just don't want to throw like another damage dealer on there for whatever sense, because his element kind of goes against everything. He's good to have as well. But anyways, guys, I hope you all the best of luck. Tomorrow we'll probably do one more video before 6 comes out. We'll just do like an account overview. I really didn't push anything further on this account other than just gaining some resources and stuff like that. I believe we picked up, let's just check. So 200,000 and 75,000 here. And we picked up a couple, more resources and everything from the event before it is ending, or it continues. I'm not sure. We did push this Psy Cube up to level 50 because we are using 37 as our kind of main DPS in situations right now because she is the most built. We still have one of these left to choose for one of the 5 costs. I like this one, but I'm not quite sure I'm ready to spend resources in it because I did make up my mind. My mind is set 100%. The next one that we're going to get, which will be literally right now, is going to be Inquisitive Deer. And the reason I'm getting this, let me explain, is because we are 100% going for Tooth Fairy. I want to get her Psy Cube up and ready to go for her, so that way we can have the most optimal heals on the account once we get her, and just give us the overall push and benefit of having a solid 6-star healer rather than only relying on Balloon Party and our DK at the moment. So we'll have a more rounded out account. Plus, we don't have a Star Afflatus healer yet. So that'll be a big boost for those kind of limbo stages and stuff that require that. Other than that, guys, thank y'all so much for stopping by. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We will be trying to push out daily content. I had a lot of stuff going on in the house with renovation and everything, so it was hard to get in here every day. But I promise I will be pushing to have daily content out. And get back on track with that. Anyway, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank y'all all for the support that you've given so far, and I'll see y'all in the next video.